Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, January 13th. Got off work and I finished editing yesterday's vlog. Definitely noticing, things are a bit blown out, a bit bright. I was looking at the camera and somehow the exposure compensation dial got turned, and so I put it back to the home position, the center position. Hopefully that'll make things better. I was like, oh man. Oh well. And I was like, well, what am I doing today? Well, yesterday I just about finished up all the leftovers. I got a little bit of the pasta salad left. She should have that. But I'll probably finish that up today, and I'm like, but that's not like a filling meal, that's a great side. I was like, I got stuff when I went and got groceries over the weekend to make a dish that Mom has traditionally made on Christmas. Mostly, we have Christmas breakfasts, and she'll make quiche. And she makes Cinderella's magic quiche, or at least that's the recipe that, since I was a child, this recipe from I took a picture of it when I was at our house for a second Christmas. It was from 1980. And I look at the instructions on here, and immediately things are like, well, that's not what you do. You don't use that cheese. You don't add shrimp, or I wouldn't eat it. There's just a few things I'm like, that's not what she does. So I started talking to her about it further as I'm getting things, and it takes her a while of talking about it before she remembers, oh yeah, and for the filling, I do 1.5 times so that it actually fills up the crust instead of being a lot smaller. And I'm like, well, that's a bit different. It wasn't until I asked, is there really only 4 eggs in it? She's like, I think there's 6. Oh yeah, I increase everything. Whatever. So, definitely gonna be playing around a little bit with that, but I'm gonna try and make some quiche. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm used to that being like a holiday meal, but really that's just a nice filling meal. And so when I was at, I stopped by Aldi, and I was like, in the frozen section, they just sell pie crusts, and it's like $1.50 for 2, and eggs are cheap. I'm already buying the heavy whipping cream for pasta. But, sometimes I'm like, I keep having to eat a lot of pasta in order to get through and not waste parts of that. So this will use a large part of that container, and then I can have pasta once or twice and move on, kind of thing. Anyways, I'm going to try making quiche, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And so I'm cooking, I have things like, I got the cheese coated in flour, and I'm definitely looking at the amount in there and being like, did she really multiply this by 1.5? But I'm gonna just keep trusting. It seems like a more appropriate number of eggs when I multiply it, so there's that. Anyways, for the insides, I got ham and bacon, so I could do either one. Mom has traditionally made, like on a holiday, she'll make one of each. So thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the bacon. That sounds good. So I start doing bacon, and I'm like, I don't want to do the whole thing with the pan, and it's splattering everywhere. That makes great bacon for eating bacon. If you just want to eat bacon, it makes nice, crispy bacon, but I don't really need it like that. It can be a little lackluster because it's also going to be baked for another almost hour. So I just got to get it cooked, basically. So I have like tray for the microwave. I put it in there. I start microwaving it. I do a round, getting it through the microwave. I get some out. I need more. Of course I need more. So I do another round, and as I pull this second round out for its last time, the light in the microwave turns off. That's weird. Maybe the bulb went out. So I crunch it up, and I have almost enough. Like technically, I can make it work. I'm supposed to fill the cup. It's almost full. But before I load up the next tray, I'm like, let me just check. And the microwave is not working. Whether it's just the microwave just died and I don't have a microwave anymore, or something with a breaker. I don't know. I'm like, and it's not worth dealing with it right now. That's enough bacon. But I'm working and my microwave's giving up. I don't think it adds up. Okay, she knew what she's talking about. Man, that's scary. I would not have done it if that wasn't what she said. But that's, I mean, I guess technically my measurements were a little, maybe they were off, or maybe it's just it doesn't quite use all of it, but I mean, that's as close as one can get. And that makes that full, which, whenever my mom has made quiche on the holidays, it is always full. And it would definitely have been a fair bit down, where you get a lot of that crust around the edge that didn't have stuff baking around it, so it just makes that hard, crunchy crust. And as it is just a frozen crust, it's not like it's a tasty crust. So the idea of having the quiche all the way to the top helps, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm gonna bake some quiche. All right. I guess it's quiche. Cool. So it's definitely raised, which is not what I'm used to. But it may settle as it cools. I actually talked to Mom a little bit. From the side of it, she's like, you don't have to, but basically the best way to enjoy it is if I can let it cool completely, as in let it cool for a while, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and it'll be like food for tomorrow. So I'm gonna figure out something to eat today, I guess. But really, that's part of the reason I wanted to do this dish, is because I know that it doesn't just make one day's food, it makes multiple days' food. Apparently it just doesn't make the same day's food. Or I guess if I made it on a weekend in the morning, it would make like dinner and then other future days. And that's one of the things I try to do with my meals, is if I can make it where it goes multiple days, that helps. It's one of the things I've loved about the buffalo chicken dip. Man, I'm starting to miss that. Anyway, so I'll let that cool on the counter for a bit for now. Also, my microwave has a little icon and it lights up now. So, it seems, yeah, it lets me run it. It seems the microwave got mad at me for running it for like 20 minutes? Maybe? I don't even think quite, a little under 20 minutes to cook the bacon. It got mad at me, perhaps it overheated or something, and it shut itself off. Well, it cooled down and it's back, so it's fine. I don't need to replace the microwave, and that's good. But, the microwave throwing a temper tantrum at me for using it too much. And so, I got the quiche cooled down and put in the fridge to chill and fully set overnight. Because of course it's all like, it was like a liquid goo that's poured in there, so it has to cook and then it needs to solidify. So it'll do that overnight. And I think, did pretty good. I learned to make a new dish. Something that, at least conceptually, seems difficult to me, but I mean, it wasn't too bad. In practice, it was alright. But yeah. So I did that, and that was a good accomplishment. But not the only one. The tree is undecorated. I've finished putting all the decorations away. The tree will remain up another day or two, perhaps. Until I feel like trying to it's annoying because the box that it goes in doesn't really fit it. I mean, obviously it does. It came in that box, but it's annoying to try and puzzle it in there. But in a couple days, or at least over the weekend, I'll get it put away and clear up a little more space in my room here. But still, I got all the decorations and stuff put away, and that's the accomplishment of today. So, decent day. Otherwise, yeah, you know, it's getting late. I'm getting tired. I'm get to bed and call it a night. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye.